Amigos de Lucha Libre Online, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Jorge Cervera y me encuentro aquí en el show de PCW Ultra en el stand de JWO con la leyenda, ustedes ya lo vieron en SW, ECW, una leyenda que ha estado en todo el mundo, Shane Douglas. Sir, it's a privilege to be here with you, I know.
It's excellent. Also get a chance to watch some great wrestling tonight. And I mean this sincerely. I've traveled the world and I've seen where my business has gone over the last several years. I'm watching some pretty darn good wrestling matches tonight. This is the undiscovered gem so far to me. The millions and millions. Back when ECW, WCW, WWF were all competing, we had an average weekly viewership of 48 to 52 million fans. Right now we have 2-3 million, sometimes a little bit more for WWE, 8 to 1 million for AEW. So by my counts, that's about 90% of our industry has been lost. This is the kind of wrestling the fans want to get back to. Storylines that don't insult the intelligence. Wrestlers that actually look like athletes. This needs to be taken to the next level because what we're doing is we're watching our business shrink into this corner of all high spot stuff. High spots are great.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love them? But they have to make sense. If I shoot you in the head right now, I doubt you're going to jump and do 10 backflips.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
And we need to make it, like I always tell the kids when I'm doing seminars, just make it make sense. Because the wonderful thing about our business is there's nothing written in stone. We're only limited by what we create up here. So if you're just going to take a shortcut because you're winded or this is what the fans like today or whatever, you're missing the whole point of what it's supposed to be about. With the athleticism these kids have, they could blow the lid off this place. And many of these kids tonight have been doing that. But when you watch the larger product out there from the WWEs and the AEWs, I saw a lot of great stuff in that AEW show. I also saw a lot of stuff that really shouldn't have been on national television yet. And that is not meant as a criticism. It's meant as advice to get the company in a direction. They should be by now, coming up on 3 years of running, not head-to-head, but pretty much competing against each other. They should be at least nipping at WWE's heels right now, and they're still not.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Now it's a big, different industry, we know that. So the high spots, as you say, it's complicated to make, it's dangerous, but looks beautiful if you do correctly. So, in your opinion, what is the biggest change in the industry with the pass of the years? Not just the wrestlers, I mean the crowd, how the business moves. So, in your opinion, what is the biggest change in all the industry?
Well, I think all these things we mentioned, like stuff you just mentioned, stuff I've been mentioning, we can really encapsulate down into one comment, kayfabe. When I broke into the wrestling business, those old timers defended the veracity of the wrestling business with their lives. That was how they paid for their mortgage. That's how they put food in their family's mouth. And so if a magician doesn't go out and say, hey everybody, here's how we really cut we're not really cutting her in half, but here's how we do the trick. It then loses its aura of being magic. And a little side story on that same vein. On my, after I signed my last WCW contract years ago, I took my ex-wife on a cruise for 3 weeks. I know I was going to be busy for the next several years. We had front row seats for a magic show on the stage. Now this is a boat. There's not a gigantic stage. It's a 20-foot wide by 10, 15 feet deep. Sitting right, I could literally touch the stage like that. They bring a white tiger out in a plexiglass box. I'm looking at the floor. There's no hole in the floor. There's no seam. There's no way to really conceal this. Is the plexiglass box about 3 feet off the ground with a white tiger in it. The magician jumps up on top, pulls a curtain up, and as soon as he gets it up here, lets it go, the tiger's gone, and the magician is in the locked box. Now here's what I'm pretty certain of. The tiger didn't just disappear, and that magician didn't somehow figure out how to walk through plexiglass. It's a trick to it. I don't want, about that much wants to know what the trick is, but the rest we don't, because then the magic's no longer special. That's what I think is the biggest thing of our business, is by moving away from the kayfabe, protecting the business, and thinking, well, it doesn't, if I come out with a baseball bat and blow your knee out, you can try to get up and do a backflip, you can try to run. If I told you there's $100 million over in that corner, if you can get there in 3 seconds, you'll try like hell, but you ain't getting there, right, if I blow your knee out. So just make it make sense. Like these kids are tonight. I say kids, not in a condescending way because I'm just an old fart. But these kids today have really shown me that there are pockets of my sport that I remember what I used to do does still exist. We have to figure out a way how we can get this product to a much higher level.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, sir, I really appreciate the opportunity and the time. Something you want to say to all the fans in Latin America, Mexico, Chile, Peru, Ecuador, around the world, Puerto Rico? Something you want to say?
Yes, having traveled all those places and traveled the world, seeing people, I've yet to be disappointed. First time to Mexico, what jumped out immediately was just how friendly, how beautiful the people were. Same in Central America, although I didn't go very deep into Central America. African nations, Nigeria, Chad, and the people don't have a thing in those countries. They have oil, and just a few people making all the money on the oil. I have always been humbled as somebody who was blessed to have been born in the United States and really never wanted for much. We didn't eat steak every night. We rarely ate steak. But I never went to bed hungry. For the people in the Central and South America and how proud they are of their cultures. As a person that taught history and government, social studies, to see it really happening, how the strength of the family unit in those Latin American countries, in Mexico, certain places overseas. It's something that we here in America have lost. So you guys be proud of yourselves, because that really is the building block of any great country. And it's been very, very much my blessing to have even had a career in this business, let alone been able to go to places like that and see some of the world's most beautiful people. It's time for us all to start figuring out how we can get along, right? So appreciate your time there, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, so thank you again for the opportunity to make this. It was an honor. Ya escucharon las palabras de la leyenda Shane Douglas. Yo soy Jorge Cervera y recuerden que en español nadie lo hace mejor.